I think we're starting to figure out what the new evolutions are going to be for those 5 Pokemon. I think it's like a Gen 1, a Gen 5, and then 3 Gen 2 Pokemon are going to get brand new evolutions. We just got a sketch this week. So it's a Primeape evolution. It's going to be fighting and ghost type. So
Kaka was challenged to like create like the Primeape evolution using
Okay.
only emojis.
I didn't even realize it was made with emojis. So when I saw this, it looked like Santa Claus. It also just looks like a little troll. It's this hairy...
I love it.
It's just this like, it's like if
Primeape's
if Primeape's hair just like grew out. I think the image we got looks awful, but I don't know. I'm kind of split on it because I think it does make sense if it retires, if it's moved its body so much and it becomes ghost type, you would think that it's finally at rest, so it never moves.
You realized it was hinted
and it
at
just
in Pokemon
overgrown.
Sun.
Yeah.
Love
Blaze
it.
Incineroar was talking about this on Twitter, but like, I think the design could be good. From what we're seeing right now, I don't love it. I think it looks a little, I don't know. It reminds me of Tangela.
I
You know
just
what it
wish
reminds
it was
me
like
of?
more spirit, like
Yeah,
go
I
for
agree.
it.
Yeah.
This reminds me of. I'm going to assume I'm like the biggest Digimon fan here. It reminds me of It reminds me of Gigimon, which
Yeah,
is
you're gonna
a
have to look that one up.
old man Gigimon.
I think I know what you're talking about. I used to
I
like
can get a
Digimon.
picture of
I
it.
still
Someone sent me that picture.
I still like Digimon a lot. I just don't follow it as close as this, that's for sure.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to this. I think that could be cool. I agree with Soul. I hope, and I think we probably will see a little bit more like details on the design and the final design to see what it actually to see if it actually shows like any sort of like ghostly attribute. I could see it's like having some different eyes, more restful eyes. But it'd be cool if it had some type of like aura around it. I think that'd be nice.
Yeah.
And it feels like, so the Pawniard's going to evolve into Bisharp and then get an actual evolution. I can't get over the fact that these are like actual evolutions and not just
Yes.
regional evolutions. These are the Gen 4 like cross-gen evolutions that we've been wanting.
Yep.
So Bisharp's
I love
going to get a new evolution. Presumably it's going to keep the Dark and Steel type, and it's going to be
would
some
think so.
sort of reference to the King and Queen class of chess.
Yeah.
This just feels like a home run to me.
It is.
Love it.
I mean, what else can you ask for, really? Even if Primeape's evolution looks a little wonky to me, I mean, the rest surely make up for it. Like, I was just at work yesterday just thinking about these specific mons. Like, I mean, I'm already on the moon, over the moon, whatever, about friggin' Dunsparce evolving. And
Yes.
then, like, I don't care if it looks similar. Like, Dunsparce already, to me, is a perfect design. It just was never strong enough.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yes, let's just keep it the way it is and make it evolve. And it's amazing that this is almost the first time, I think. I was going to make a tweet about this. I still am. About, like, just this is the first time since Gen 4, basically, that we've had true cross-gen
Yes.
evolution.
Other than Sylveon, of course.
Except for
PLA.
Legends and
Right.
Sylveon, yeah.
PLA with Ursaluna and
See, I would call
Yeah.
those regional evolutions though, because they only
They-
occur in that realm.
We don't know
Technically-
that though. They might occur in
Yeah.
Scarlet and Violet
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
because all of them are
Because-
easily explainable.
because Stantler and Ursaluna are both, I would say, regional because they're item based.
Stantler is an item base. It's move base.
Oh yeah, it's move based, but Ursaluna was item based. It just had to be used at a specific time of night.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
And
we don't-
in the Crimson Mirelands, which is why it doesn't exist now, is because that environment doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they can definitely pull it off by like
They
making
could, yeah.
a similar area in Scarlet and Violet, and then NPCs like, oh yeah, Ursaluna exists here because we have a similar environment here.
that's a good
They-
point. Yeah.
Or like
Ursaluna is
with
definitely in
Scyther,
this
it
game.
evolves with the Black Augurite. They can easily just explain, yep, we have Black Augurite here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They can just say like it doesn't exist in other regions, which is why it isn't a common evolution. But here in Paldea, it's we have Black Augurite, so Cleavor can
Yeah.
exist here.
So you were saying like about Dunsparce evolving to just be bigger, and I think that has me thinking about all the complaints that we've seen over the years since Gen 4 of those Gen 4 cross-gen Evos, how like though like a lot of the evolutions feel like complete pivots of a form rather than just like rather than adding on to a previous design. Some of them really feel like totally random and misplaced. Those Gen 4 evolutions. And I'm wondering now, maybe if Dunsparce is a hint at these other. I mean, I guess we know what Girafarig looks like as well. These seem like very like clear cut linear evolutions.
Yeah. So like this is what I was gonna say in the tweet, but basically it's like these are pure evolutions. So like we know their types, which is also kind of sad, but it makes complete sense because they're pure evolutions. So what would a normal type Dunsparce really evolve into? Like if they don't want to give it anything, if they don't want to give it anything, and that's why it's probably the similar as well, because it's just a snake and it's becoming a bigger snake.
Interesting. Yeah.
You know,
longer snake.
Yeah. Same with.
I hope its eyes open.
I don't know about that one, but
he's like.
I think its eyes will
off,
close,
I don't
but
think
its mouth will
likely.
open.
Yeah, I think so too because of what Koo said.
Okay.
But yeah, Girafarig even like it's not that different, but it's an evolution. It's like a proper evolution, and it gets just psychic type because it was a normal psychic type and it evolved. It
The way I see it is like the head was the normal type and the tail was the psychic type, but since the tail is now taken over the head, the psychic type has taken over the Pokemon.
It's like parasite.
It can be like a Slow King type situation.
Yeah. I see it like
cool.
they've united. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're one now.
I feel like it'd keep the typing if it united though. Like pure psychic seems weird to me. That it would lose that type, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm still not convinced about that either.
Yeah.
Because the way Kaka said it all was very whatever, and I know that there are things that are wrong, and so this one's a very questionable topic here. But as for like the other evolutions, like so the Primeape one is the one that's probably the most different because it's gaining a type. Like
but to me, it still feels like a. Yes, it does change, but to me, it does feel very natural. Where it's like you have this small little creature getting enraged and then burning out, and then it's like a lifespan.
Let's hope that it's like that.
Baby,
like,
adult, old man.
This drawing thing like doesn't give me
awful.
those vibes. It doesn't give me like it died and is now.
No, I don't think it. I don't think it.
Yeah, it gives me more like it's peaceful. Like like it found peace or something.
And it's just rotting away. It's like. Its hair is so long, it just can't be, it's funny. It is funny, and it worries me that it's gonna be like a lowland Dugtrio, but
I
think it could be
dude.
Cool.
I am like anti hair on Pokemon with like beards, like facial hair stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not about it.
Again, though, you just gotta remember he made this based off of emojis, so this could just be like, and he didn't have the ability to do this. It could just be covered in hair like Primeape is, and it's just the hair is a lot longer now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what it is. I hope it's not like
it's he's got golden hands on there. His hands probably stay brown.
Yeah.
That I didn't really imagine. But we'll see with it. Then Bisharp, I don't know. If it is the samurai, like to him, because it's not going to be a samurai. But if he like sees it as a samurai, then maybe it's got like some wicked weapons or something. Like a king with like weapons. I don't think it's gonna be a king and a queen. I think it's got to be either or.
I mean, couldn't it have a gender exclusive like not?
I don't
different
know.
evolution, but like we talked about with like Chonk, where like they just look slightly different.
Right.
It's a gender thing.
I don't know if I buy it. I think it's too much.
Like I've been on your side, Lumi, but I think what they really easily could do is just like the king and the queen in chess, they do the exact same thing except the queen just does it more. What they could just do is have the same exact piece and not even make it that like it could just be like Gardevoir where it's a prince or a princess depending on how you want to look at it.
The reason
or it could be like Meowstic can have different stat distribution and the queen's just better
like that'd be cool.
It's more defensive.
I hope that happens.
Yeah, I agree. I hope so too, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
Because it's just more. It's just like a whole nother thing. Like, why wouldn't he say like, oh yeah, and it has two forms? Or it's like, somebody should mention something about it.
I mean, you say that, but remember Basket Legion.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Do you think that could be how Basilicham was a hint? A Gen 5 Pokemon that gets gender exclusive evolutions.
I mean, that'd be cool. I won't fault you if you're right.
I do think that you got to kind of shout out B-Sharp because like it is the first Pokemon outside of like further than Gen 3, outside of Gen 1, 2, and 3 to get an evolution. Like, you know, because there is Bassalim, but that's the white stripe that evolves. Like, so it was a new design that was made that could evolve.
It gives me hope that
the original
like
B-Sharp.
in the next 3 years, we're going to be seeing new evolutions for like 6, 7,
Get
8.
Komala.
Kamala.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Everyone wants
Kamala's going to be the next Dunsparce.
Love it.
God. I'm not about
theories that it's going to turn into like a legendary dragon.
Not yet, because we still don't have Smeargle with an evolution yet.
But Smeargle's got a whole gimmick.
I agree. I don't think Smeargle need. People say that. I'm like, Ditto doesn't need an evolution. Smeargle doesn't need an evolution. Kecleon doesn't need an evolution.
Chatot doesn't even, to be honest, as cool as that would be.
Tropius does, though.
I can see Chatot.
The problem with Chatot is that it's like its design isn't enough. I feel like all the rest of them, like their designs are like, Smeargle could stay like that.
Yeah.
Smeargle could stay like that. Even Dunsparce could stay the way it was for me. Like it's not usable, you know. Going back to Bisharp, like the main reason that I think that it's just a king or a queen, or even a knight or whatever, like it's not. They're not all the chess pieces. It's a pawn and a bishop.
Yes.
So like if they had all of them, then okay. But they have to just basically choose another one that it's going to evolve into. And I feel like a knight actually is. Is there a knight?
Yeah, there's knight, rook, and bishop.
Yeah,
and those are all like a level up from a pawn.
Yeah, so like the knight would make a lot of sense to me.
Oh wait, yeah, that's a good point because the pawn can't become a king or a queen. It can become a knight or a rook, but it can.
Yeah, so the way it works is if you get a pawn all the way to the other end of the board, you can. I mean, in the Pokemon terms, you can evolve it into any piece. Any piece. That's why I've always liked my idea. Okay. I mean, I like the idea that it, like Pawniard could be like a Tyrogue where it evolves into any like all these different types.
That would have been really cool.
But that's not. I mean, that's not going to happen at this point. But maybe what happens? I mean, if I'm gonna just if I just like keep myself happy, like maybe they all get a king/queen type of evolution. But maybe down the line, there still is a rook evolution for Pawniard and a knight evolution for Pawniard that do get a third evolution. I mean, that seems kind of ridiculous.
I mean, who knows? Maybe Pawniard evolves into B-Sharp, which evolves into a rook or a knight. But then they'll make a evolution later on where Pawniard evolves into a rook that evolves into a king or a queen.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they could do that.
Definitely possible.
What if it's serving one of the side legendaries that's a king or a queen like Pokemon?
Interesting. I like that. Yeah,
that's a good idea.
It just popped into my head. Like if it becomes a knight, then it has to serve something.
Yeah, right. That's a good point. And also, like I think, yeah.
I was just gonna say, knight fits like the samurai.
It does. Yeah, like I feel like Bisharp and a knight, like the bishop and the knight, those are really really offensive. The bishop attacks diagonally, and I've always seen the rook more defensive. So I could see the split evolution happening from Pawniard, where you have Bishop and then Knight, when those are both offensive, and then you got Rook, and then maybe King Queen split, and then those are more like defensive because you're constantly trying to defend the king.
Yeah, I do think it'd be cool if Pawniard had been the one to evolve, because like you said, Dusty, it's the pawn that changes.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, again, like I kind of think from like a competitive standpoint. And B-Sharp needed some love. I mean, it's really good, but it's a dark steel type, which makes it quad weak to one of the most common types in the metagame. It's weak to ground, it's weak to fire, both very common types in the metagame. So, I mean, it needed a little love, a little bit of a stat boost.
And it's got one of the best shinies in the game.
Yes. It does.
That,
oh my gosh, I didn't even think about the shiny
deep blue. It's like, it's so good.
Yes.
But, okay, so I feel like these three are confirmed. What about regional Wooper? Is that confirmed?
Confirmed. Yeah.
So there's going to be a regional Wooper and then an evolution which we don't know about.
Yeah,
And it's not going to be Quagsire.
It's not. Kaka said that's a poison Wooper that evolves
beautiful.
into something new.
Sick. That's so sick. I mean, we've known about this one for months now. The big news, I think it's news this week. Apparently, there's going to be 3 different evolutions of Tauros, or forms of Tauros. There's going to be 3 forms of Tauros.
Paldean Tauros, yeah.
Is that? I mean, that's kind of what we're thinking about on Twitter, but that kind of blows my mind. I do kind of love.
How are you feeling?
Dude, I love Tauros. This is oh man, I'm so happy. Tauros and Primeape are both, in my opinion, like 2 of the most underrated Gen 1 Pokemon. And Tauros is getting 3 forms, Primeape's evolving. This is already my favorite game.
That's crazy that Tauros would get 3 different forms. I can't, I don't even get, why. I mean, it's Spanish?
But in a way, it's like when we heard that there's only 2 regional forms, it's like, okay, well, at least they're making up for it a little bit here.
Right.
You know, I don't, the reason why is just different, breeds of bulls in Spain.
Yeah.
Like what they do in Spain with bullfighting is huge, you know?
Yeah. So what I thought at first when I saw that there were 3 different quote unquote regional forms of Tauros, the first thing I thought of was the 3 different Pokedex and regions of the Kalos region. So I'm thinking, what if this region is also split up into 3 parts, and then you essentially have 3 different regional forms of the Tauros? But I guess it would make sense if historically in real life, they breed all these different types.
No, but what you said is very could happen. It very much could happen. Like it could be split up into sections. Maybe not
since Gen 4 even.
Yeah, maybe not not accessible sections, because you can go anywhere.
Choreo vibes from Gen 7.
Yeah.
Those are split up into the islands, and they were all different.
Yeah, they are. The different
type.
Flowers.
Mm-hmm. Do you wonder how, because traditionally, if I take an Alolan Vulpix, or if I take a Cantonian Vulpix and I breed it in Alola, it will still hatch into an Alolan Vulpix. So I'm wondering, if I take a Cantonian Tauros to Paldea and I breed it, which Paldean Tauros is it hatching into?
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting for them to deal with.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even think breeding is going to be in the game, right?
Well,
I think it is. I just think that was a mistranslation.
Okay.
Yeah, the daycare won't be in the game. He said we get eggs through this new feature called Picnic, where we can wash our Pokemon. So it sounds like Picnic is the camping refresh of me of the game.
Yeah.
And probably it'll be a thing of in Picnic you can put 2 Pokemon in a certain box and it breeds from there instead of a daycare. Because again, a big thing that Pokemon's going for with this whole open world thing is convenience. Think about the Pokemon centers, how they're wide open now. You don't walk inside a building to heal and buy items. You just kind of ride up to it. And that's the thing here, is this getting rid of the daycare system and basically essentially allowing you to breed from your PC, because that's essentially what this would be.
Sure.
It's a convenience thing.
Dude, it's so weird seeing 3 Tauros on this list.
I love it.
It's real, and it's it's not even an offensive Pokemon. If this was Diglett, I'd be pissed. If this was Jigglypuff, no, I wouldn't even mind him. I would not mind Meowth, because it's a cat. There's different breeds of cat, but
it's Charizard.
That would make me mad. That'd be weird. Actually, we got that in Gen 6.
I was gonna say we kind of have all of those, like Meowth, Diglett, and Charizard at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
But all at once is so strange. But I guess I'm hoping it's purposeful, and I'm hoping that they look different enough. Apparently one's gonna be fighting type. What type? I don't know. Do you think the other ones could have? What are you guys thinking for types on these?
We know one might
be electric and one might be dark.
Electric?
We know they're dual typed.
We also know one more thing about it. I know this is when Lumi wasn't paying his attention as much because he stopped following Kaka. But this last thing that he said with these Tauros, he gave us a chart. Basically, it's just like a picture of all of the types, and he crossed out the ones that it can't be.